All right, greetings, everyone. We are live again. Dynasty Mirror Search for Huru. Guys, I have a special guest. It's been a minute. It's been a while since we last seen our brother Fitzgerald Stevens. And I talked to him today. I said, bro, let's do a show today. It's been a minute. Come on and let's do a show because it's been a while. So he obliged. He said, yeah, I'll come on, Dynasty. You my brother. Now we're gonna forgive him because he's wearing that Alabama puke orange red,
Hey man,
dry fit. We're gonna
your,
forgive
your
him for
audience
wearing
know
that.
your
But
audience knows what it is, man. They know who we are. The African cast, the Asian cast, and everybody else in there. So stop it.
and I told Fitzgerald this story when I was in Ghana, and Fitzgerald, yeah, they know who we are in Ghana. They know who we are. So literally, I'm in Ghana. God, swear to God, fabric shopping, downtown Ghana. I forgot the name of the market. And this sister has on an Alabama. Did I see that picture of Fitzgerald?
Which one?
The one of the girl with the Alabama shirt on when I was in
Oh, well,
Ghana.
yeah. Hold on for a second. I'll send it to you. You probably got
Yeah,
something
yeah,
up.
yeah, yeah. So like literally, if I'm gonna see if it's still on my phone, I'm in Ghana. Hold on, this is the phone. Let me see if it's still on my phone. I'm gonna pull it up. I'm fabric shopping, and I see and this sister had on this Alabama shirt on, and I'm like, boy, let me send this to Fitzgerald. Let me see if I can find it real quick, guys. Give me a second. Let me see if I can find it, and I'm gonna pull it up. Man, where's the Oh, here we go. All right, guys, let me see if it's in my phone. But I said I gotta send this to Fitzgerald. This would make his day. No, let me see if I can find it. Guys, give me 1 second. Literally just walking through just in Ghana, going to the market. I swear I can't. It's not on my phone, but I think Fitzgerald has it. If he has it, we'll go ahead and he'll go ahead and post it. But literally, I'm just walking through the market. I forgot the name of the market in Ghana, in Accra, downtown Accra. Oh, where you go? Where you go? Where you go? Okay, he's somewhere. He'll be back. And the sister is wearing an Alabama shirt, and I sent that to him. He was just tickled. He's like, "Yeah, they know who we are in Ghana." He was like, "They know who Alabama is in Africa." Hold on 1 second. Let me get this focus back. There we go. He's like, "They know who we are," and so he was happy as can be by seeing that. But guys, hit that like button. Make sure you share and subscribe. Make sure you go to dynastymirror.com as well. And family, we got the tour coming up. Again, we have the tour coming up to Sierra. I'm sorry, yeah, Sierra Leone. Where we're going to Nigeria next week. Next week, no, week after next. Oh, Fitzgerald, that's your Wi-Fi is acting up. But we're going to Nigeria. Oh, there you go. We leave on the 9th. We'll leave on the 9th. We're headed to Nigeria. We're going to have a great time in Nigeria. And then we're also going to Sierra Leone in November, early December. So if you guys want to roll to Sierra Leone with us, send me a message. Get at me. Citizenship will be offered to those who qualify. Again, you have to qualify for citizenship in Sierra Leone. It's something unique that they offer. You have to take a DNA test through African Ancestry, not Ancestry.com, not 23andMe. I know people say, well, Don, I got my test through 23andMe. No, it has to be African Ancestry. And if the results come back to one of the tribes of Sierra Leone, you are eligible for citizenship. So hit me up if that's something you're interested in. They have not formally announced the date yet, but it's going to be in November, early December. So I'm taking deposits. Go ahead and secure your spots for the tour. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And also, make sure you go to Fitzgerald. Where are you going? We lost you. Make sure you go to Fitzgerald Stevens' YouTube page, Finding Ways to Win. Again, Finding Ways to Win. Guys, make sure you go subscribe to Brother Fitzgerald's YouTube page. My brother, I've known Fitzgerald now for 14 years. 14 years. Or
So
15.
it got fast, man.
Yeah, 14, 15 years. And when you know somebody this long and is being consistent, I consider him my brother. He's a true brother of mine, not just friend. Fitzgerald is family. Somebody I confide in, somebody we talk to. I talk to when I need advice, when I need help. When I have any adversity in my life, and when the good things happen in my life, I reach out to Brother Fitzgerald. Again, that's a brother I've known him for this long. So I definitely have Brother Fitzgerald's back, and he has mine. Even though, again, we make mistakes, right? We all make mistakes. It's part of life. We're gonna make mistakes, as we go through life. And he mistakenly went to the school in Tuscaloosa. I don't know why. And it's okay.
They accepted me, man. The University of Georgia, they, no, they accepted me.
Okay, so real quick, Etal JD Lala. I would like to buy land in Ghana. I sent the email to one of the sites you mentioned, but I haven't gotten any reply back yet. Did you go to One Africa Properties and send the email directly to me and my partner, or did you go through the One Africa Properties portal? So do me a favor. I'm going to put my email address in the chat room. All right, send me an email. Okay, send me an email, dynast@oneafricaproperties.com. Let me know what you're interested in, and we'll get you up and running. With that being said, guys, make sure you visit oneafricaproperties.com as well. Without further ado, we have our brother Fitzgerald Stevens on with us, Alabama grad, who's, they'll be number 2 in the SEC this year. Number 1 is going to be Georgia, because we just got too much coming back, Fitzgerald. We got too many weapons. We got too much coming back. You guys lost a lot. See, you guys lost.
You don't have the heart. You don't have the heart. That's real good. You can tell your counselor friend to come on to the same thing. Case he's watching. Hello, counselor. But you don't have the heart. Winning is more than about pieces. It's about heart. And you just don't. You just don't. And you know that. You guys know that. And so we don't need to talk about that. We've been going over this 15 years, and you got the best out of me all this time, maybe 3, maybe. So we'll pick that up, man. But I like you, man. In Georgia, it got nothing to do as far as with you. So hey, but it's great to be back, guys. The Prince called me today. That I happened to have been off, and this was one of my day of rest. Pretty soon sunset's going to be happening. Then I'm going into my Sabbath, and I'll emerge from that. It's sunset Saturday, so that'll be a time of rest and reflection for me. I have definitely been following this man with the show. Some great things coming out there. So especially with the counselor that he added out there talking about. I really want to say the perils of the wrong marriage partner.
He's a lawyer. He's the lawyer.
I know that. So I refer to him as a counselor.
Okay.
It's so what we want to do is support Dynas. He put some incredible things out there, and it really being a spearhead for the community. As far as reaching out to people, having people reflect, having people think. I too have been up in my game, as far as with my own personal YouTube page. Find ways to win with Fitzgerald Stevens. That's find ways, the number 2, win with Fitzgerald Stevens. So I've been putting more content out there, trying to accomplish some of the goals that I want to do. Mainly not getting up, having to go down, keep going on the highway and run around and working for someone else. And I'm pretty much about to phase out of that, along with my referral based income and some other things, the cryptocurrency looking at. So just pressing forward as far as with my goal. I love speaking to people. I love impacting people. I love trying to make a difference, because some times are tough out there. A lot of people are having difficult times, personally, individually. Just trying to find a way, find a purpose, find what the Most High has for them to do while they're here. Trying to get rid of toxicity, negative energy or the vibes, the things that are really just stifling their creative abilities. So that's what we're trying to do. Hey, son, how you doing?
Good.
Good to see you. You want some more lightsabers?
Want some lightsabers? The candy. Yeah, I bought you some.
Yes.
All right, Mr. Fitzgerald, get you some lightsabers when I see you. No, you are growing. Look just like your dad with braids. So welcome. We thank you guys for taking your time to tune in, and our goal is to bring you good content that's going to better your lives, or definitely better your thinking, or get you thinking in a way that enhances you, and then you can enhance those you love and do the things that you love. Prince, what is the subject matter for today?
No, so we were having a conversation today as far as what we're gonna. I'm just putting my email in the chat room for somebody. We were having a conversation earlier today, and you brought up, alpha male, beta male, and then you brought up. I haven't heard this before. First time hearing it. Sigma male.
Sigma male. You haven't heard something. You haven't heard of it.
I haven't heard that one, so I thought that was interesting. So
that's what you are.
Okay.
You're a Sigma male.
Okay, break it down for everybody who doesn't know what Sigma male is.
Often we hear about we hear about the alpha cat. We hear about how much especially the women love. I want an alpha man. I want an alpha man. They are generally the spearhead. They are considered the leaders, and the pretty boys like Prince and Prince Amir over there, and they are the one who just like control and take over room, and known not to take BS, and they are the one that whip everybody in shape. They're the ones that if there's a group, they're generally always the one that's leading. Sometimes they lead and very braggadocious, bodacious, even sometimes with fear and intimidation tact. But alpha, like, you're going to run my way, or you ain't going to run at all. That's the way they do, and they get a lot of press. They get a whole lot of press, and they have some good qualities about it. I happen to, my youngest brother is like that, just through and through like that, far as with his braggadocious and not braggadocious in his work ethic, the man just has low tolerance for stuff not getting done, and you can't come to him with a bunch of excuses, and you can't come to him without doing your job, and you dang sure not dare not challenge him as far as what on his purpose, because he's an expert in his field. And then been in leadership roles since he was in high school, from to when he was at Morehouse, to when he was a JAG officer, a captain in the U.S. Army, and now a top executive in a major city as far as what he does. Okay, and so then that's a little bit of description about the alpha male. Then once again, women just seem, I want me an alpha man. I want me an alpha man. I want me an alpha man. Okay, well that's true. That's cool. You can have what you want, but then you have what's called as the beta male. Now the beta male gets a very, very harsh rap. He is known as a follower. He really doesn't want to. He doesn't really consider himself a leader. He's a quiet guy. He would be the guy you would call, that's just a good guy. Doesn't make waves, doesn't want to challenge authority, goes with the status quo. If anything that you really put at him, he's not really gonna I don't want to use the word stick up for himself, but he just wants to keep quiet. He would be the type of things like, if you say, well, hey, this is not right, let's get in here and do something about this, and he's like, no, let's not rock the boat, it'll play out, let's go ahead and pray it away, and all that kind of stuff. Then you got the Sigma male. Sigma male is a totally different cat. Where the alpha male could be considered like a lion, Sigma male is a tiger. Two ferocious animals. Neither one of them going to back down. They live in total different environments and things like that, but they don't screw with each other. They don't mess with each other. A Sigma cat is like, what this man, he don't care about credit. He don't really care if he has to be out front. He can easily lead, but that's not what he wants. But you don't punk him. You don't back him down. He's more like a loner. Sigma male can get up and create something outside the system. He doesn't need your approval. You know, he doesn't care what the people think. He is perfectly capable of going to Africa alone, traveling the world alone, building his own enterprises, building his own way. The females are drawn to Sigma males just as much they are with alpha males. Why? Because he's the quiet, strong type. You know, this is a gentleman, maybe quite accomplished, may have huge amounts of wealth, but you'll never know it. Not flashy,
right?
Not in that thing. You know, if he serves wherever he needs to serve, he could be a leader if he has to be. He can get in and blend in. Now, he doesn't consider himself a follower. He doesn't say this, but he will fit in, you know, in the group where there's a need that as long as it's serving him. Okay. Has no problem, you know, has no problem deviating from societal's whim, does not care about societal whim. Our host right here, Prince Dynas Amir, is a Sigma male. You know, just builds his own way. You know, he can easily lead. He has a following. We don't really care about that much. You know, he's doing things as far as what makes him happy, and he has the guts enough and the cojones enough to get out there and do it. If he needs to unload and unload like cement, rice to help people, he's more than capable of jumping in that. He was on those guys like, okay, man, if you know, it ain't no big deal, you want to lead, so what? But I tell you what, don't come my way incorrect, or we got a problem. And that so-called alpha cat would know that. Who's an example of a Sigma male besides Prince Dynas Amir? Myself. Who's another?
James Bond.
James Bond. Leonardo DiCaprio, Denzel Washington, Keanu Reeves, Wolverine on X-Men. You know, these are people. These are men who, like, you know, forget what society whims. You don't embarrass me. You don't try to shame me into doing something. I'm going to do what I want to do. You know, it's going to fit in my objective. Now, I can have a following. I don't need it. It's nice to be appreciated, but I don't need your praise. You know, and so I'm going to build something because I'm building for me. It's what I want to do. If I do something for you, it's going to be sincere. You're not going to get on you're not going to get a Facebook post. Woo, look, I gave this homeless person X amount of dollars and click here for likes. We don't give a crap about that. You know, it's not to our benefit. What we want to do is silently do what we want to do. Get in, get out, be effective. No credit. Now, and those are some of the things. Now, can all three of them be successful? Absolutely, in their own right. All three of them. So is one worse than the other? I don't think so. You have multi-billionaires who are beta males. You can look at. One of them owns a company called Amazon. Okay, you know, just quiet type. Yeah, he's a beta male. You know, just unassuming stuff like that. Just gets that stuff done. Another one owns a company called Microsoft.
Fitzgerald, real quick, somebody in the chat room says, so basically the elder is saying a Sigma man is an alpha man with sophistication.
Exactly. That's exactly what it is. A Sigma man is I'm not even going to use undercover and alpha, because for you to compare us with alphas, you know, we're two different branches. We respect each other. We don't really cross each other. Whereas the alpha man with a weak guy or a weak man person, he'll probably lead like with intimidation. Get your ass up there and do what I say. You challenging me? Oh, you got something to say? You know, he'll do that to a beta cat. The cat he will never jump with a Sigma man like that, because he know we capable of tearing his ass off, just like he think he can do us. We won't back down to him. We'll say, okay, man, you know, hey, if it's all that, go ahead and lead. You know, go ahead and do. That's what you want to do. Take your punk ass somewhere wrong. You know, we'll say that, but we ain't afraid of you. You know, we don't need when it comes to ladies. Well, you ought to do your responsibility. You ought to do that. So we can't be shamed into anything. We do what we want to do based on our terms. We know, you know, our objectives. We know what we have to do to accomplish that, and we're very loyal to our passion spurs and the people and the things that we love. You know, so you don't. If you want the. We're the ones that's capable of going to like an Indonesia, going down here to Tampa or Atlanta, buying a ticket, visiting by ourselves. We're the guys that can go to the movies. We're the guys that necessarily not always, necessarily really need women to gravitate towards. We love the company of women, but we ain't gonna beg you. More than likely, a lot of times they're drawn to us. But and we know who we are. You don't have to convince us. Like some gosh, I have heard some ladies actually say to me, "Yeah, I can let you be the man." I said, "Shit, I'm already the man. I don't need your permission to do that." That's the response of a Sigma male. Or he just ignore it. Now, alpha guys, generally they need the applause, they need the attention, they need you to know that they are the man. They need you to know that they are in control. They need you to know that they know that everything starts with them. The beta cat. Okay, well, I don't want to make waves. I don't want to make waves. I just want to get out there, and do what I'm told. Go ahead, and they say work 30 years. I work 30 years. They say this is the process. You ever been at a job and you see someone say, "Hey, this is the way they want it done. This is exactly the way they want it done." Even though in your mind, like this stuff is staying there kind of backwards. This, or there's an efficient way. Beta males like, no, this right by the manual. That's why they get along so well on jobs. Now, Sigma cat, he'll like, okay, well, I see this, and okay, I see you going with the book and everything, but I got a better way to doing this, and I'll implement it. And because we're focused on results and saving time. So there's a little bit of background far as with that. No one is bad. It's not bad. Alphas are generally going to get a lot of press. They're going to get a lot of press, and and once again, women seem to think, I gotta have an alpha man. I want me an alpha man. Leonardo DiCaprio, he doesn't have trouble getting women. Many Sigma males do not have trouble getting them but they don't really care about that. Mostly people are drawn to them, because of their energy. Their energy introduces them, and and people just like, hey, it's something about Fitzgerald. He has something about Dinesh. I just like the man's energy. I don't consider myself I don't consider myself an ugly man. I don't consider myself a super good looking man. I do consider myself an attractive man. As far as with my height, about 5'7", I work out, I take care of my body and stuff like that. But that's not my calling card. My calling card is my energy, my magnetism, the power of my voice, the power of my mannerism. That's what really gets a lot of people to gravitate and listen to me and everything. And I've always been like that. And there was some time before I really knew who I was. And many of you are going through this right now. I try to fit in the areas that I didn't belong in. For example, most of Sigma males are entrepreneurs. You know why we're all like that? Because man, shit, we sit around there and you try to work on someone's job, and they like, hey, you're gonna come here and you're not gonna advance. You just come in here and do what we told. And we rebel against that. But dude, listen, I don't know what your mama think you told you and stuff like that. But first of all, you're way out of line telling me something like that. You telling me that you can advance on my efforts and my strength, but I just got to stay at the status quo and just serve you? No. So generally, we're the cats who get walked off the job. Generally, we're the guys who say, well, you know what, you just don't fit in here. What it really means is you ain't going to kind of conform, as far as what. Now, I'm not talking about being rebellious. You're not going to conform to the status quo. So, and often we find ourselves being entrepreneurs because we like forget this noise. I'll do something myself. A well-known Sigma male you guys know about is Elon Musk. Elon Musk wanted to go get a job. He wanted to work for Netscape. Netscape. He went there, took his resume. They told him to wait in the lobby, and he waited a while. He laid a while. And after a while, he just said, "The hell with this! I'm going to start my own company." That's how we think. See, we never consider ourselves at a deficit. We never consider ourselves. Boxed in. We don't recognize the term in the box because there is no box. You look for how you can create opportunity. We'll talk to someone and say, "Hi, how are you doing that?" Or we'll observe them, "How are you doing that?" Because we think we can do the same thing. So we have that internal confidence and that internal drive and that hustle to get things done. Whereas an alpha needs an audience, he needs someone to prop him up. Hey, you the man. They got to have followers. Sigma male doesn't. We don't have to have followers. We don't care if you follow us or not. You've often heard me when I get on the stream at times, when someone was critiquing me, and I'm not looking at the comments right now, but when someone's critiquing me and saying, "Well, this and that," I tell them pretty much on the thing, man. I don't give a shit what you think, and I don't. I already know what I'm about, what I'm going to do. And you're criticizing doers, so more likely that would come from some beta cat or even sometimes some alphas cat. But that is the difference. Now, you have got to know the personality bent that you are in, because certain things are not going to be for you. Certain things are not going to be for you if you don't have the proper personality bent for it. You'll find yourself frustrated. You'll find yourself agitated. You'll find yourself not achieving. It is possible to beat a round peg into a square hole, but it's going to cause pain for both of them. Okay, but it never ever letting up someone say, well, if you're, I'm not going to use the term weak beta. If you're a person like, hey, you just want to be a follower, you just want to get your pension, you just want to do that, do that, you just don't want to make waves. That's fine. You want to be, you consider yourself an alpha. Well, you go out there, everybody gotta, follow you and bow down to you. Hey, that's fine too, as long as you don't get so obnoxious with it, and you try to use the fear and intimidation. That will work with the person who gets along, who want to get along. I mean, with a Sigma cat, you're gonna have problems, and you're gonna have big problems, because ain't nobody scared of you, and we dang sure don't give a care about your title. We already know what we're about. You can't use the idea of saying, like, I'm going to fire you or go get rid of you. I'm going to beat you up. We can fight. We get to defend ourselves, and we do whatever necessary we do. We don't run our mouths a lot talking about, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. We don't do that. We just say, hey, man, just get on, leave me alone. Okay, just do what you want to do. You pull that stuff with them cats over there, and when I deem it's necessary, I'll stop you. But this is not going to fly the way you rocking and rolling with this. I've had this a many a time on my jobs. And before I understood this, I used to get frustrated, because I'll get supervisors, and they come off the hip wrong, and like and just dumb, stupid stuff. Just they have a bad day, and they call themselves trying to take it out on you. I learned from an early age that they have a bad day. No, I should have said in my 20s. They had a bad day. They take that on you. And they so-called can't control themselves when they're doing that to you. But they don't never seem to do that to the people they answer to. They don't never seem to do that to their bosses. They don't need to do that, with when the head of division come in. So what you have is what I call selective crazy. You can control yourself with someone else. Then if you can do that, you can control yourself with me. It's a proper way that you deal with me, because I'm going to deal with you on that way. And so generally, if we were walked off of jobs, and I've been many times, and well, what do you get him for? It's not because he wasn't qualified. It's not because he wasn't educated enough. It's not because he didn't know how to do the job. What is it? They got to get some superficial stuff. Yeah, he wasn't a good fit. It really means like he ain't taking any BS. That's what that means, and they'll call you on it. And but until you learn that, maybe you don't belong on a job. Maybe you belong as a consultant. Maybe you belong as a entrepreneur. Maybe you need to figure out ways to create residual incomes, and maybe create a YouTube channel, do something where you have your money coming in, where you don't have to depend upon the status quo. Because one of the number one things about Sigma males, we must have our freedom, Dynas. We have nothing bothers us. I mean, it's almost like fingernails on a chalkboard, irritation to us, that someone tells us, we got to be restricted on doing the things that we want to do when we want to do them. Well, it takes income for us to do that. It takes a bravado like that. Sometimes you got to go against your family, because they're like, oh, no, you ought to settle down, and you ought to just go ahead and do that, and you just ought to just go ahead and just be cool. I had to talk with a family member Sunday, and I got frustrated because a thing happened, just a BS thing with a manager happen on a job, and shit, I didn't dig it. I just got, I just didn't do it. No, I don't like her, no doubt about it, because the way the condescending dang tone, and I shoot, I ain't got no problem letting her know. It was like, well, Fitzgerald, my family member said, hey, well, Fitzgerald, sometimes people don't want you to think. They don't want you to advance. Dynass, I never could grasp my mind around that.
Yeah.
I never could grasp, holding myself back and dumbing myself down for the benefit of someone else. Do you realize there are actually some people, and maybe I'm talking to some in this audience right now, you have literally pressed the delete key on your college degree, maybe your experience. You have really dumbed yourself down and took a couple things off because you don't want you're smart enough to know that if I go out with all this, they're going to say I'm overqualified or too intimidated, or maybe I'm not going to get it. You know why that's not going to happen? Because she probably got some weak dang hiring manager in the level of an alpha or a beta male. The alpha male, he don't want no competition. So if he see you able to do that, they got to eliminate that off the stop. The beta male, he don't want no competition. The sigma, as far as we concerned, we don't have any competition. We don't care what you do. We already know what we're going to go out there and do. We already know what we're going to go out there and achieve. And so very, very important that you guys understand this, because when you understand your personality bend, and this goes for women too. This goes for women too. We're particularly talking about men now. Once you understand that, then you can know what certain professions, that's what certain career choice, and what certain type of relationship partners that you need to be involved in. You need to be involved with. And you want them cats, happy wife, happy life. Okay, that's cool, beta. That's cool. Damn sure will work with me. It has to be a win-win as far as like that. If you want them alpha cats, you're gonna do what I say. I want my stuff cooked, and they're gonna be right. And this is what to do. The drawers better be off when I come home, and the food better be hot. Okay, well, you that type of chick that bend to that, man. Well, you probably wouldn't need an opinionated woman like that. Oh, well, this has to work mutually beneficial to us because you don't like nobody to challenge you, so called. You're a sigma male. Someone doing a lot of talking and doing a lot of stuff that just really don't want. No problem. We just get the hell on. We just leave you. Very little explanation. We just like, goodbye. Go cold, go silent. Go replace you. But it's all because we're not going to let anyone or anything disturb our peace. So that's a little bit of that Dynass, and all of us fit into these things. All of us come up to these things. Many of us are doing some of the wrong things because it's not based on the temperament that works best for us. You may hear things like they say, well, we're looking for a good fit. Be careful when companies say that to you. We're looking for a good fit. Find out who is the person that's looking for the good fit. Are they an alpha cat who want a whole bunch of followers? You can't have no ambition. They intimidated by you. Are they a beta cat? Say don't walk the rage. Don't try to outshine the king. Are they a sigma cat, man? Dude, come on in, shit. You know what? Here's enough thing for all of us. Make your own way. I'm going to give you everything you need to win, but I ain't going to baby you. Stuff like do what you do. So so you have to understand who you are before you can be what you want to be, and definitely have to understand that concept, because, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't, people will put you in the mode they think you should be. This is fact, and you would be challenged by that every day, until they know that you know who you are. Until they know that they know who you are. And then, and if they deem you someone not to play with, you're not going to get played with. For example, my name is Fitzgerald Stevens. Don't call me Fitz. Don't call me Fritzy. Don't do that. It means that it makes how many people just, well, you let someone play with your lane, you let someone play with your life. It took me a while to call Dynass Amir, because in my mind it was Albert Hollis. I met him way before he is who he is now. My mind is Albert Hollis. But that's not was his name. He didn't have to correct me. I corrected myself because that's what he changed his name to. You look it up, you know, it has real significant meaning for it. But I didn't play with his name. I just say, hey, and I learned how to properly pronounce his name. You know, I don't call him D. You know, I don't, you know, hey dog, I don't do all that kind of stuff because, you know, to respect the person's name is to respect that person. Just little small stuff like that. You know, you don't let yourself be the blunt of jokes, because if people think they can joke with you, they'll think they can demote you. They'll think they can walk you out the door. They'll think that they will work you with assignments that they should be doing or other people should be doing. And while they're going on vacation, leaving home early, they're giving it to you. Why? Because you take it. It's a lot of workplace bullying. It's a lot of school bullying. You know, so if that's the case, you know, and your child is subject to that, well, if you can, maybe your child belongs like in a homeschool network, because that bullying stuff, if they don't have the temperament, you know, like maybe an alpha, a sigma male temperament, they don't have that. They just sit down there and don't want to make waves. Well, they're going to meet the bullies, and they're going to be meat for them. So maybe you need to take them out of that environment and consider cutting back on some of your things to get them an environment conducive to their growth. Maybe they need to learn a martial art. Maybe they need to have more positive affirmation as far as you, until their mind shapes, and then they can know, hey, I take up for myself, but I don't put up with this type of behavior. You know, we see kids doing that, Dynas. You know, if they come from if they're not getting enough love, or single mother, or sometimes even both parents, they're not getting enough love because they're working. Well, they'll go out there to get the love from the gang leader. They'll get the love from the drug dealer, from the pimp on the street. So for someone, they'll get it from anyone. There's plenty of people out there that can fill that void, and you may not like what they're doing. I had a friend yesterday. I was talking to her. We've been knowing each other since we were kids. You know, close to 10 and 13 years old. And I was talking to her yesterday, and she said, how's your daughter? She has a 13-year-old daughter. Well, she spends a lot of time in the room. I said, are you monitoring internet traffic? No. So why not? You know, don't think that she's not talking to someone just because she's not talking to you. I mean, you have a child sitting around there with the room closed and everything with a computer. That's a recipe for disaster. You know, set the software up, get on there and see what she's doing. You may not need to install blocking software, and you may need to do things like that to protect your child. Well, if you're up to the point right now where you're like, God, maybe this is kind of answering some problems. Well, how do I start? Well, first of all, it starts out like, who am I? If I like following orders, it's nothing wrong with that. But many of our soldiers and civil servant workers have made outstanding careers and contributed great to society. Do I like giving orders? There's nothing wrong with that, as long as you give it in the proper tone, as long as you give it with the proper respect. No one is fear is a terrible motivator. People often think it is, but ultimately fear people will rebel against you. Or you're a Sigma cat, you know, like, hey, you know what? I don't want the responsibility. That's fine. I don't care who get the credit. I don't care. You know, I just want to be a force of good. I have my objectives. I want to travel. I want to see the world. No one has to go with me. I can be perfectly single, even though I was married once, and I'm fine. I don't need to rush in a relationship. But if it comes, it's going to come. It's going to come on my terms and my way. Because I'm not going to have anything disturb my peace. I'm not going to have anything disturb my rhythm. I can work with you, but I don't need to. You know, I can get out there and build a team, but I don't need that team to get my identity. My identity comes within and from my creator. And that's just a little bit far as what I observed. And Dynas, there's a lot of channels talking about these subjects. There's a lot of channels, but very rarely do I hear them saying that. But do I hear them saying, okay, you need to look at the bent and what you are, because if you don't understand who you are, you're going to pick careers that other people are going to select for you. You are gonna pick mates that other people select for. You don't really want to be there, but you just think it's the thing to do. Are you gonna stay in there, and you're gonna shorten years off of your life, and you're gonna look back and you're gonna be angry. First of all, you're going to be angry, at people, because you're going to think that people caused this and they always treated you wrong, and you're going to cry me a river song. And then when you break it down, you're going to realize I was the one that made these choices. That's when you start to grow. So if I made these choices, I need to make better decisions, and I need to stop playing with myself and definitely stop letting people play with me. And so that's my observation as far as what I have to say right now. Very, very, very important. And it's so cool. It's so cool. But the Dynas and I had this talk, because I said, man, it came up some way about man, and he said, and I said, well, man, we ought to do something about a Sigma male. He said, what's that? I said, you are one. You are one. And if he examines his life and looks as far as right line, the thing that this man has accomplished. Listen, let's give a little background. Prince Albert Hollis, born and raised in Sacramento, California. Track town, the track star, football star. Gets numerous scholarship offers. Elects to go play with the great University of Georgia Bulldogs in Athens. Okay, full ride scholarship. Okay, gets his degree. Graduates, goes out, trying to find his own way. Go out and ultimately runs into sales, insurance sales, and a Fortune 100 company that he finally wind up going into. Became one of the top producers in all the nation in a relatively short period of time. I remember before he took that job, he broke it in a church mouse. He really took that job kind of out of desperation because he needed to get income. Okay, and so he got that job. He excelled in that and excelled in that. Well, people start playing with his thing, but having him train people and dividing his territory, in essence, doing that. But because he's a Sigma male, he rebelled against that. I remember one time he called me, and he said, "Man, Fitzgerald, hell, I just want to quit this." I said, "Don't quit. Okay, let him walk you off the thing. Let him walk you off the job." Well, he said we had another talk. He said, "Okay, man, Dynas, you ought to take a vacation." Okay, and he wanted to go to Brazil. Brazil didn't work out. Then he went to Africa. Wound up going down to Tanzania. That's the first place because he heard about Zanzibar. Because evidently they had a club over in California,
Santa Monica, in LA. Santa Monica, in LA. Yep.
So all these things come together. Okay, so he gets there. He gets over there. Like, wow, he had the spiritual awakening. Now keep in mind, he's by himself. See, Sigma males can do that. He didn't need someone like, oh man, you ain't going, dog, and you ain't going, dang, I'm going to cancel the trip.
Yeah.
Cancel the trip. A beta male would have did that. Many alpha males could have did that. Because a lot of times alpha cats draw their strength from the crowd. They really do. Okay, but the Sigma guy, he's able to go himself. Lo and behold, gets over there. He try to figure this out. He comes at his desk and sits back down at this company. All of a sudden, he don't belong there anymore. He can't get his mind and heart is in Africa. He's exposed to something new and different, simply because he had the gut enough to get out there and do it. Okay, one thing led to another. Then boom, he started this little channel called Search for Uru. When I heard the Uru, I thought about Lieutenant Uru on Star Trek. That's what I was thinking about. Okay, grew that channel and grew that channel. Ultimately, was able to grow that channel to well over 100,000 subscribers. That many of us and many are connecting Africa and bringing Africa to African Americans over here, because many of us thought that we were so alienated from it we didn't know. So we lived through his eyes. That was a great project, but he wanted more. Eventually had a son, and little Massa, who you seen there. Then he decided to get into real estate and got his real estate license. But he just didn't get his real estate license just for Atlanta. See, this is Sigma male thinking. This is Sigma male doing. He goes out there, then he puts things together for Africa, Nigeria, Ghana. Oh, incidentally, but start going over Africa. Say, well, I'm going over here enough time like that. Let me go ahead and get Nigerian citizenship. Gets Nigerian citizenship. Okay, makes those connections. He makes the connection. Hey man, that's cool. I'm hearing about a town called Freetown, Sierra Leone. Man, Sierra Leone is beautiful. Sure, you got to get on. Yeah, man, I'll definitely look at that. Okay, then pretty soon he's having a coordination for Sierra Leone. Now he makes it sound easily, but how many of us can really sit up there, and how many of you in this audience can say, I can leave the land I'm familiar with. I can leave with people telling me I'm crazy and I shouldn't be this, so I need to go back out there and get a good job. How many of you guys can stick to your constitution, your conviction enough to keep moving on your passion? He's living in his passion. Are you? Well, he's moving in accordance with his temperament. He is a Sigma cat. He has to have the freedom. He can't be tied down to a corporate structure, because that is going to interfere in the quality of life that he wants to live for him and his son. Okay, that's for him. Maybe that's not for you, and that can be tied to many a thing. That's the difference. That's why you have to know. That's how you have to know. And far as switching over to relationships again, many and I mean many women are loving Sigma males. They just got us confused with Alpha. They think, but he's like, he's quieter. Or they won't say he don't take up for himself. They won't say he blown on the grind. But the Sigmas, we ain't concerned about the credit. Who cares who get the credit? We want the results. We want the money. We want the outcome. Let someone else do that. Let someone else do it. Sigma males don't get in there and take selfies and, woo, man, I gave to this lady and I bought some groceries for her and I want to get likes. Shh, man. And we kind of detest cats who do. Do the stuff because it's in your heart, not for show. Okay? And so, Diane, this is something I'm passionate about, man. Really, really passionate about, because so much time can be wasted when you really don't know who you are. You don't know who you are. Someone is going to tell you what they want you to be. And if you don't have a conviction and you don't have the gumption and you don't have the energy, you are going to spend your life being miserable, following someone else's purpose, making them all kinds of success while you're not having a fraction of that. And you think you're winning, and you're going to be dying inside every single day. Every single day. How many times, Don asked, how many times you heard about great companies being taken over and all of a sudden they just go down? You know why?
Right.
Because they put the wrong leader in there. They put the wrong leader in there. Maybe that leader was a good follower, but who couldn't galvanize a group. Maybe he was one of those alphas who he had the philosophy, I'm going to come in and kick ass. And y'all gonna do what I say. Or maybe he was a Sigma. They like, hey man, you gotta do something. Hey, whatever, man. But let's delegate this authority. You never know. You never know. But you have one life. Your life. Shouldn't the person that manages and control your life be you? On that note, Diane, I am finished. I may do a continuation of this video shortly on my channel, 5 Ways to Win. But it's just something I'm very passionate about, man. Now, anything you would like to add?
I was going to say, guys, I put the link in the chat room. Guys, hit that like button as well. Please hit the like button. And make sure you go subscribe to Fitzgerald's page, Find Ways to Win. You can find ways to win. That's the number 2. Go there and subscribe. But I put the link in the chat room. If you guys want to call in, we'll take a couple callers. If you want to call in, if you want to add to the conversation, if you want to ask a question, please do. Again, Find Ways to Win, and the link.
Fitzgerald Stevens. Find Ways to Win. Fitzgerald Stevens. So it's easy.
Stevens. Name's on the chat room. Correct. Name is on the screen. So, guys, again, link is in the chat room. If you want to call in and add to the conversation, click on that link, and you're more than welcome to jump in and add to the convo. So we'll wait a couple minutes for people to go ahead and call in. But thank you. Here we go. We got a brother on right now. Sagan, go ahead.
Hey, Mr. Fitzgerald Stevens.
Hey, Mr. Sagan, how you doing?
I'm good. Everything you say today is kind of touched me really personally, because throughout my life, and the things I've done, I finally realized I'm really an alpha. In many areas, because I always look for leadership. Every position I get is either I'm always a leader. If I'm either I'm leader by position or leader by skill, right? So, and a couple of things that really stood out for me is, one, when somebody goes into a position and try to change things, right? I actually lost a job because I had that mentality. It's just who I am, right? So I was hired as a system administrator, right? I was supposed to administrate the system, right? But there was also an older guy that was there. So we end up being two, right, in the same position. But I wanted to overshadow him, right? I wanted to do things my way. I wanted to set up the system the way I wanted it to be set up. I wanted to invest the money in places I needed to be invested. So that was my approach, and I didn't give him the respect, right? I didn't ask him, as being the person that has been there before I got there, for advice, right? I thought because he wasn't doing a good job, that's why they hired me, right? And I wanted to change things because when they hired me, they said, "Hey, we want to move forward. We want somebody with a new idea." But when I came in with that idea, to change things and make things better, I end up, pretty much rubbing feathers with the guy that was already there, the older guy. But since he's been there longer than me, right? And I'm a younger guy, and it was a turbulent relationship, because I knew what I was doing. I knew that my idea was better, but just for the fact that I didn't give him the respect, I didn't give him the chance, I didn't give him I didn't ask him. I felt like I was better than him, right? And that led to problem, right? That's one. Another aspect is relationship. I have problem with relationship because I'm the kind of guy that I tell people what to do, and I have this mentality that when I tell you what to do, 99.9% of the time it's going to be right. But if you refuse to do it, we're going to have problems. That's been my mentality throughout my life, and it works for me. But I do have problem with people that don't want to follow my
You,
advice.
well, I'm smiling, Mr. Saigon, because yeah, you're a straight up alpha cat through and through. Okay, let me give you guys a little thing about alpha dudes and stuff like that. Y'all can't stand competition. One of the worst things, one of the worst things with an alpha, he runs into another alpha, and both of y'all want to be the man in control. And then generally, the one who has the controlling power, he's going to eliminate competition. And that's one of the things I like. That say most of the time, I believe I'm right. Well, God, you actually sound like myself. I'm a Virgo, so we have a lot of things like that. We'll tell you something like 9 out of 10 times what we tell you is going to be going to be what we say. So what do you do about that? What do you do? You keep running into these same things. Here's how you solve it. Get the hell on and do your own thing.
Yeah.
Because you are going to constantly run into that, or you may run into a beta cat. He doesn't want competition neither. You come in there and outshine him. He think you're going to shake stuff up, and then he don't want to be accountable for you because he bought you in. The Sigma cat, which very few of us are hiring managers. Sigma cat, man, dude, come on, hell, I ain't worried about you. As long as you can do the job, you can do the job. It's things like that. Now, you to the audience, are you guys, just by listening to this firsthand story, are you beginning to see how this fits? Because usually they'll tell you learn. There's many things about how you got to learn the business, how you gotta be able to perform, how you got to be proper degree. That's not where the game is won at. That's not where the game is won. Definitely, and the game is won by you getting into the door. You better know who in the heck you are dealing with the hiring manager. You better have background on them and her. You better figure out what they are. You better be able to go to their LinkedIn profile. You better be able to look at their Facebook thing. You got to see what interests them, because you got to know who in the heck you deal with to appease them. You mess around and get in touch with the wrong person, they consider you a threat, or you're not bowing down to them, which a lot of them like to do. They will eliminate you just because they can. Many college professors are like that, Dynas. Many of them are like that. And you don't pay homage to them properly, they'll flunk the hell out you. On all kinds of stuff. So this is why it's so important. And someone in the search box said, "Can I call in from Canada?" Absolutely, you can. That is no problem. So, Mr. Saigon, I appreciate that, and this is because you are bringing up 100% perfectly to fit into what I'm saying right here. This is why it's so important, because you get beat and you get broken off and stuff, and you don't know why you lose it. Because you're running in these personality types, and you gotta study them. You gotta learn how to deliver them what they want. Now, if you want to get success for this going forward into the corporate world, I'm going to tell you how to do it. Be beta, play beta, play. Yes, sir. You're right, sir. Excellent tie, sir. You know, very good, sir. I see you graduated. I see you graduate I see you graduate from the House of Pooh Bar. Great. Guess good. They got a good swim team. You know, I see you accomplish a thing of things. Talk about them more than you. Downplay yourself. And say, tell me about this achievement. Oh, you know what? I would have never got that because
the funny thing about that is that if I do that, I literally get sick to my stomach. I do.
You do what?
I get sick to my stomach.
Do you want to be sick to your stomach, or you want to be hired or employed?
That's the thing though, because
okay, no, man. See, you have pride, and your pride is getting you broken off like that. When you get in, change the system from within, but you got to get in. I'm telling you how to get in. I am not going to take away who you are. I'm telling you how to play this game, Mr. Saigon, and understand, you know, this is what you need to get inside there. And ladies and gentlemen, this is what you need to understand. No, I don't like anyone saying things with me and come and foul out of me. But if I'm going to someone and I need a job, you know what? I got to be appealing to the people who are hiring me. Then when I come in, I start gaining control and doing stuff like that. I can start working from within the system, but you got to get inside in order to change it. You know, Donass, do we have time for another caller?
Yeah, we do. Hey, Saigon, thank you for joining, brother. All right, let's see here. Link is in the chat room. If you'd like to call in and add to the conversation, please click on the link. Link is in the chat room, family. Again, call in and click on the link and you can call in. Again, link is in the chat room.
Man, you know, man, I like, dude, I was, after this, you know, get someone in, because I like the way this vein is going. And this is to Mr. Saigon and people who think about Mr. Saigon. Man, with when my brother came and talked to me Sunday, and man, I was hotter than a six shooter, you know, in a gunfight. I was mad, man, and I was like, you know, you know, it was coming up some things. And man, I don't know where this reverberation coming from. I think I know where it is coming from. We was coming with some ideas. Hold on for a second, that is. Hello, Tesla.
No, you sound fine to me. You sound fine on my end.
Okay, all right. So he said something to me, man, and I ain't got so dang hot. I was using strong profanity, man. I was like, you know, F this thing me. I think it's not a good 2 cents damn about what they think. If they want me to sit around and bow and kiss this all day, I'm not gonna do it. You know, and I do it. I'm give a then whatever. Okay, and then he said Fitzgerald. Now this is my youngest brother. I'm the oldest of 3 sons. He said, man, some people don't want, you know, people to excel. They don't want you. They want followers. Well, he's an alpha cat. He's talking in his language. He ain't got, he hires other alphas. That's what he does. He hires other alphas. He even looks at now, and I know this guy. I've been knowing him 48 years. I know the way it works. Now, his oldest brother and his older brother, you know, we're both Sigmas. You know, my other middle brother, he's actually he's a Sigma, but he's more quiet to me. He's not expressive. Very, very effective. He don't give a crap what you do. But if you mess around and not follow procedure, you mess around, try to come in incorrect, you know what? You got a bad day with him. He's a director, the other one somewhere. I'm an entrepreneur, trying to get out there and create my own ways. And ladies and gentlemen, you got to understand this. You got to understand this, man. You got to understand the game, or you're going to keep getting beat. You're going to keep getting beat. Perfect case example, Prince. They really go to these personality tests right now. You may be with them and
one
stuff.
of the tests. Oh yeah, I've done terrible on them.
I kept flunking them, and this is definitely to Mr. Saigon and people who thinking about him.
You gotta lie on him. You gotta lie on him. You gotta lie.
Exactly. So what I do, you know, being with my mindset, my Virgo analytical, logical mindset, I start analyzing why was I getting beat, and I was missing on the personality test. I supposed to be dang near almost retired from UPS and Coca-Cola. I had a great referral far from both of them. Couldn't get Delta Airlines. Couldn't get in because I couldn't get past some of the tests. Okay, so I go to Barnes and Nobles and start ordering ordering these books on how to take the test. And so I read in there, and like they say, well, if someone break in and threaten your life, would A, would you try to stop them? B, would you let them walk out the door? Or C, would you just let them just pistol whip you? Well, naturally, or would you fight back? So naturally, I figured fight back. Hell, I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna let nobody just take my life like that without putting a fight. That wasn't the right answer. The answer was just let them do what they want to do. Well, I call myself answering truthfully. And many of you guys are being truthful with it. I'm not sitting up there saying lie, but I will say admit. Tell people what you think they want to hear. You're like, oh, Fitzgerald, that's deception. The whole corporate scheme is deception.
Right.
The whole test structure is deception. They base you on IQs and scoring and how you fit. But if you want to get in there and pass those tests, you better learn how to give those tests what they asking for. You better. And here's what they're asking for: outgoing, put the job first. The job comes before anyone. You're the life of the party. Well, you may not want to be around anybody, but you're the life of the party. You attend all the functions. This is how you answer those things. And now I get all kinds of calls. You know why? Because I aced the personality test.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, but is that me? Hell no. But if I'm looking to try to get in and stuff, I give them what you want. And that's all you guys want to do. Now, how does this relate to you if you're going to be an entrepreneur like myself? Man, you got to know your customers. There's a saying out there, keeping it real. I keep it real, dog.
Do it again.
Hey, it's real, dog. Peep this. This is what I'm going. You know what? Hey, ain't nobody going to pump me. You're going to be broke. You're going to be broke. You're not going to have customers. You have to give the customer what they want. You have to do that. You have to give it to them. Customer might go buckshot crazy. I've had customers like that come in and talk any kind of way. I had a customer one time, when you remember that shop I used to own?
Of course.
And let me get back. Customers talk any kind of way, all kind of crap. I used one of my biggest customers, one of my customers rather, when I had my vehicle shop. The cat used to come in with a big dang Confederate flag, jacket all up there, and stuff like that. I'm not going to say racist, but he had the paraphernalia like, man, hey, I'm a Southerner. We're proud and everything. Him and his wife, as far as like that. And the another guy, he was gay, but he would come spend money with me because the way I treated him and and they would spend money. They would come back and spend money. So I'm not gay. I'm certainly not a Southern sympathizer and stuff like that. But they like me because I related to them. They had my money in their pocket. Understand that. That guy has your job in their pocket. They have your funds in their pocket. Am I saying kiss in? No. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying be agreeable to get yourself in a position as far as for what you want. That's what Sigma males know how to do in an extraordinary way. We are adaptable. We're headstrong, but it runs like a mighty current. We don't have to let everybody know what we are. We're an alpha. You ain't gonna say that shit to me. Dog. All they do is security, come get him out. Beta say, they like get all this fake. This is the stuff you want to do. Do this shit and don't get me to. They're like, okay. A Sigma cat, okay. We already now calculate our mind. Do we need to break something off your ass, or do we need to keep our self-control because this is what we need at the moment? But our eyes and our expression and everything, and pretty soon we'll say, man, dude, no, this thing gonna quit. We go to the hiring manager right now if you want to roll like this. Because we ain't afraid of you taking the income because we know we'll get out there and build it. You got to know this. You have got to know this. But keep on. Some of you keep on trying to do it your way. You're frustrated and you're coming home and crying and shedding tears because you don't understand that you are beating you because you're in the wrong game. You're in the wrong game. What was that movie with Al Pacino and Jamie Foxx called the longest yard. It was a football.
No. Any given Sunday.
Any given Sunday. Well, Jamie was complaining to Al Pacino, coach. He said, "Yeah, I'm a quarterback, but these big linemen, they put me on defensive end. I'm getting squashed because that's not where I belong." Where do you belong? Where do you belong? What are you trying to roll? How are you trying to go at it? Because you get one life. You get one life, and you got to be flexible. That's what makes Sigma so damn powerful, man. And we do that, but we can do that without all the fanfare. We want the results. Well, alphas do too, Fitzgerald. Yeah, but how do you go about getting it? Well, betas do too. Yeah, but how are you going out and getting it? Is the results costing your dignity? Are you dying inside? Are you always in a state of perpetual anger because you feel like people mistreating you? Are you always saying, "Why come I can't find any good men? How come I can't find a good woman? How come people are doing this right?" Because you ain't properly qualified him or her. You got the wrong dang one. Last thing, cat like me needs someone. Hey, I do what the hell I want to. I come in and go out and go in and go out. I like, okay, that's cool. That's cool, Chica. Get the hell on. I'll replace you. I'm fine. I'm cool. Maybe you need to go get the beta cat. Or the alpha cat. You're gonna do what I say. You're gonna do all this and stuff like that. Okay, all right. Well, maybe you need to get some woman like that because I got an opinion just like you. So maybe I'm not the one right for you. You see how knowing this can cause you so less pain by knowing these are who you are. And when you know who you are, you know what you need to make you run. Michael, let me hear from you, man.
Go ahead, Mike. And after that, we got one more caller. Go ahead, Mike. Unmute yourself. Mike, you got to unmute yourself. All right, go on one.
Hello?
Go ahead, Mike. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, great
Oh,
job,
Mike, my Nigerian brother, Oto Jometa, Mike.
Pardon?
Oto, is this Mike in Houston?
No. This is first time caller to the show.
Okay, never mind. My bad. Okay, go ahead, Mike. We're
Yeah.
still excited,
So,
but Mike, go ahead.
Okay, yeah, this is a really, really interesting topic and really good lecture. I've learned a lot. I think the last point Fitzgerald was making, I think maybe if African nations look into this topic as well, and maybe when they go out there to negotiate or when they deal with other nations, maybe they are too alpha, right? And there are some other countries who know how to control their image, launder their image in public and get what they want. So this is something that I think even African nations should look at, because they go out there and they try to be the man and talk tough. We've had leaders like Mugabe and all of that, but sometimes we never hear Chinese leaders go out there and talk tough, even in the UN. But they know what they are trying to do and they know how to achieve it, and they do it, and without making any noise. So this is a really good lecture. I just wanted to add that.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that comment.
Thank you, Mike. Coming on. All right, Kotoa Matsukami, go ahead.
Hello, Diners. How you doing? You all right?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Good to see you, man. I know you love your food and you enjoy Senegal and all that stuff. Best food in West Africa. But anyway.
Oh yeah. I'll be back in October.
All right, that's good. Robert Fitzgerald.
Yes, sir.
Many people tend to believe that they're leaders or they are alphas or something. Many people want to claim that position. But really and truly, I believe what makes a good leader, I think you have to be quite technically gifted and you have to have charisma. You have to know what you're doing. You have to know the role. You cannot just claim, I have the personality of a leader. I have the character of a leader. So you can have the character as much as you want, but you ain't taking your team anywhere if you don't know the role, you don't know the technical aspect of the job. To make a good leader, it's a combination of being very technical and having that charisma. You know nothing, you're not taking the team anywhere. You understand me? So I could say perhaps I'm a leader in my natural being, in my natural way. I'm outspoken, but I never put myself forward unless I know the job fully and I have full control and knowledge of it. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
So many people tend to claim that they're leaders, but it's not just about your personality. It's about you must know something. You must know where you're taking the team. Correct?
Yes, sir. It's easy. It's easy to ascertain whether you're a leader or not, sir. Look around you. Are people following you?
Yeah. That's true. Yeah. That's true. Yeah. Are people following you? There's that too. Yeah.
No, so I appreciate that. And ladies and gentlemen, I want to emphasize no personality is better than the other. You know, I mean, my God, our beta brothers have been getting beat down through the floor, but they can do that to betas because betas are not going to fight back. They ain't gonna make any noise and stuff like that. No one's there. Every one of these personality types have accomplished great things. One of the main points that I want to emphasize is you have to know who you are, so you can determine what's best for you. You can determine where you fit. You can determine where you fit. You may have a great job opportunity. Now I'm going to use jobs and not necessarily entrepreneurship at the moment. Use job. You may have a great job opportunity. It may be something great for you, but if you got the wrong leader, and you got a leader that is acidic, or you already know you're going to have a problem with him and her, I suggest you don't take that job. I suggest you find another company to take a similar job, not that particular one, because it's going to be drudgery to you. You're never going to be able and given permission to fly. If you mess around and run into a so-called alpha or any of these other type, and they're going to consider you a threat. So you can't have creativity. If you're a beta, you come up with great ideas, people are going to take your ideas. If you're a Sigma and they keep trying to tell you this is how it's do, this is the rigid like that, you're going to rebel because you need freedom. Maybe you need to be a consultant and come back in and get hired from the company as an outside consultant. So that's why it's so important. And this is important. Dynas, this is one of the main hiccups in relationships. People don't know who in the heck they're dealing with because they don't know themselves. So just because the girl is here and like this and everything, they like, wow, that ain't for you.
Does the manager have to be very technically minded and technically astute for the role as well? Does the manager necessarily have to be that?
Yeah, yes, sir. You absolutely. You have to know your stuff. I mean, you have to know your stuff. You're not going to get the respect of your colleagues if people know what you're doing. You can only fake it so much. Yeah. You can be a leader to lead people over a cliff. I mean, so yeah, you got to know your stuff. People are looking at that. That's what I would call, sir, effective leadership.
Mm-hmm.
Effective leadership. Not all leadership is effective. But you want to be effective. And the best leadership, ladies and gentlemen, is the leader who empowers other people. That's why I love network marketing. You have to empower other people. I must empower other people through my networking business in order to empower myself and receive income from me. I have to help you make money. That's why I love that. That's why I'm inspired by leaders who empower other people. Prince Dynas Samir, Grant Cardone, Brian Tracy, these guys are Anthony Robbins, Les Brown. These guys who empower other people to bring the best out of them. Leaders, you want a true leader builds a team so big, but they don't know who the leader is. That's certainly what a Sigma's going to do, because we want to work our way out of position. We want to work our way, where, hey, take the credit. We already know who we are. That's why it's so important, Dynas, that people understand this, because now they're beating themselves. They're beating themselves. And they keep going around and because they don't understand that about themselves, they'll keep choosing the same personality in a different body, the same type of relationships. Why is the chick always drawn to these bad guys or these lazy guys?
Do you think do you think that different people are better suited to be leaders at different moments? Like you might not be the best at a certain job, or you might be better at something else. So if you're not the best at that job, but you have the leadership quality, you should pull yourself back and let the best person for the job be the leader, because you cannot be a leader at everything, can you? Like, you can be the best leader at what you know what to do, that people follow the person that knows the best solution in a problem. You can't be a leader just because you believe you have that personality.
Well, only what you're talking about is a Sigma, man. Only Sigmas can do that. You know, to concede power and let go of power, that's a heavy thing. That's a heavy thing for a lot of people. Can't do it, Dynas. You know, only a Sigma male can do that. Why? Because we don't care who get the credit. Only the Sigma male can do that. You know,
all right.
You know,
Fitzgerald Simmons, nice talking to you and all that. Yeah. I just wanted to put that in there, that many people tend to believe they're leaders, but you can be a leader in many different aspects. But you know, it comes different certain projects. You must take a back seat if you're not the best at it. Otherwise, you lead other people to a cliff. You know.
What country are you in?
I am in the United Kingdom.
Okay, United Kingdom. Okay, yeah, you guys got a similar bent to United States. You know, similar thing. Now, ask how many times you know people in great leadership just automatically concede to let that power go. Sir, over the UK, how many people you know in leadership? How many people you know what? Hey, you know what? Dynas is a better manager. You ought to put him up there, give him the promotion because he'll be more effective. How many times you heard that on your bulletin board? How many of you guys in the audience experienced that? Some people run the dang ship on the shore and rather concede that they can't do the job. It takes a special person to relinquish power. It takes a special person for someone to say, this man or this woman is better at this than me. And because they can get better results. I have a saying that I'd rather be a number two. I'd rather serve as number two to a strong number one to be a mediocre number two and having a strong number one serving under me, because we're not going to be effective. We're just not. You know, we are definitely not going to be effective. It takes guts and it takes courage that many people don't have in order to make those decisions, because ultimately they think they're going to lose something. So if you put yourself in the right position, you're going to get way more market share because you got that right leader up in top and you already up under here. But, you know, everyone's going to shine, as opposed to you're not being capable to run it. And then you got your number two in here. First of all, you're going to lose that number. If that number one is up under you, you're going to lose them to someone else who sees that, and they're going to take him. He's going to be your competition. She's going to be your competition. Dynas, you want to add anything else to this?
Yeah. I've also heard the argument that you don't necessarily need to be the technical operative in a job or something. You don't necessarily have to be the technical operative, that you just have to be very good at delegating, managing people, and knowing how to manage people and delegate stuff. And that way you can know how to hire. You don't necessarily need to be technical to be the leader, the manager. You just need to know how to delegate. How much do you say that's true to an extent?
Yeah. Well, when you talk about delegation, when you talk about selection, when you talk about empowerment, those are all leadership qualities. A leader that he or she must know how to do that. That's part of being a leader. A leader is more than just a leader. A leader inspires. A leader corrects. A leader jumps in first. A leader, you know, bandages not their people, not wound their people. So you got to know how all this. A leader is sound. A leader looks for people who are more qualified than him and her to get the job done. That's the true stages of a leader. We appreciate your time, Dynas. If that was if I don't know how we are doing on the time, man. But you know, it's your show, we'll
go ahead and close out. Everyone, thank you so much for joining. Brother Fitzgerald, Steve, is anything else you'd like to share in closing?
No, once again, you know, it feels good to be back on here, man. To be with my friend and everything like that. I try to give value. I certainly know that Search for Uru and Prince Dynas Amir is giving value. We're here to to make your lives better, to make you think, you know, to make you look inward. That's what my channel is about. Find ways to win, because I believe there's always a way to win. You know, and so we're trying to empower you. We're trying to like you know, let you look at like, hey, let me challenge what I have been doing simply based on one question: am I getting the results that I want or not? And if it's no, you need to do something different. If it's yes, you need to do more of what you're doing to get greater results. Or if you're just content and you just want to spend your life on Freetown, Sierra Leone, on a beach somewhere, which ultimately that's what I want to do, looking at the back of the ocean and stuff like that, and having the company of beautiful young ladies, stars like that. Yeah. That's what I want to do. Not worried about money. Have a nice cigar bar, doing that, sitting around in there, just maybe going down and talking to the little kids and teaching them entrepreneurship. That's my end game. What's yours? What's yours? Okay, and so we're here to help you get what you want. No, and so thank you guys for that. We appreciate it. I look forward to logging on and reading some of the comments. You know, and you know what I do for my life. That these are a couple of principles I find that work for my life, and I know dang well they'll work for yours. And I say that in all confidence. No, and I appreciate you guys. Prince Anir, thank you for having me on again.
No problem. Anytime. Everyone, thank you so much for joining. Like, share, subscribe. Until next time, family, Dynasty Mirror Search for Huru. Peace.